Do you eat bananas thinking they're one of the healthiest fruits on the planet? You're not alone. For decades, bananas have been praised as nature's perfect food, easy to digest, rich in potassium, full of fiber, and a quick source of energy. They're in almost every senior's kitchen, blended into smoothies, added to breakfast, or eaten as a simple snack. But here's the shocking truth. The way most people over 60 eat bananas could actually be doing more harm than good. Yes, a fruit you've trusted for years might be quietly spiking your blood sugar, straining your heart, and even increasing your risk of stroke. Bananas do have amazing benefits when eaten correctly. Their potassium supports your heart rhythm, their magnesium keeps your muscles from cramping, and their natural sugars can give you a gentle lift when your energy dips. For older adults, that sounds like the perfect formula, a food that's soft, filling, and good for digestion. But after 60, your metabolism changes, your arteries become more sensitive, and your insulin response slows down. Suddenly, what used to be a healthy snack can become a silent trigger for fatigue, dizziness, swelling, or blood pressure spikes. Most seniors never notice it happening. They feel sluggish after breakfast, their legs feel heavy, or they get lightheaded during the day, and they blame age, not realizing that something as innocent as a banana eaten at the wrong time or in the wrong way could be pushing their body toward imbalance. Studies show that when blood sugar spikes too high, even from natural fruit, it can thicken your blood, increase inflammation, and place extra pressure on your arteries and heart. Over time, this raises the risk of heart attack and stroke, two of the biggest threats for people over 60. Here's the scary part. The mistakes that lead to this aren't dramatic. They're small, everyday habits. Things like eating bananas with the wrong foods, choosing the wrong ripeness, or eating them at the wrong time of day. These simple errors can completely flip the banana's benefits into risks. For example, eating a banana first thing in the morning on an empty stomach might sound healthy, but it can actually cause a rapid sugar surge, leading to energy crashes, acid reflux, and digestive issues later in the day. And pairing bananas with certain foods can block nutrient absorption or even cause dangerous spikes in blood potassium for seniors with kidney issues. This isn't fear-mongering, it's awareness. Because when you understand how your body changes after 60, you can turn a simple fruit back into a healing tool. You can make bananas work for your heart, not against it. You can protect your blood vessels, steady your energy, and enjoy this fruit without paying a hidden price. The key is knowing the mistakes to avoid, and the right habits to follow instead. So in this video, we're revealing the 12 most dangerous banana mistakes seniors make, and how to fix them before they cause real harm. Some of these mistakes might sound harmless, but make no mistake, they can quietly damage your heart, kidneys, or brain if ignored. Mistake number 3 will shock you. It's something almost every senior does, believing it makes bananas healthier, but it actually drives blood sugar sky high and weakens circulation over time. If you care about your heart, your memory, and your energy levels, stay with me until the end, because once you learn these banana traps, you'll never look at this fruit the same way again. Let's begin. Mistake 12. Eating bananas right after heavy meals. For most seniors, finishing a meal with something sweet feels comforting, and a banana seems like the safest choice. It's not a sugary dessert or processed treat, it's a natural fruit, so how bad could it be, right? Unfortunately, this innocent little habit is one of the most common digestive mistakes people over 60 make. Eating a banana right after a heavy meal doesn't help your digestion, it actually slows it down. And over time, this simple mistake can lead to bloating, acid reflux, and even dangerous fluctuations in blood pressure and blood sugar. Here's what happens inside your body. When you eat a large meal, full of rice, meat, or oily foods, your stomach immediately starts breaking down proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. This process already demands a lot of digestive energy and stomach acid. Now, imagine you drop a banana on top of that pile. Bananas are rich in starch, soluble fiber, and natural sugar, and all of that requires its own specific enzymes and timing to digest. When the stomach is already full, that banana doesn't move through smoothly. It sits there, trapped above partially digested food, fermenting and producing gas. That's when you start feeling that heavy, bloated, or gassy sensation after eating, something many seniors mistake for just getting older. The truth is, it's not your age, it's poor timing. After 60, your metabolism naturally slows down. Your stomach produces less acid, and food takes longer to move through your system. When you throw a banana into an already overloaded stomach, digestion becomes sluggish and inefficient. The sugars from the banana start to ferment, producing carbon dioxide and acid. This can irritate your stomach lining, trigger acid reflux, or cause that uncomfortable fullness that lingers for hours. If you've ever felt your chest burning or your stomach swelling after a healthy dessert, this could be why. Even worse, that fermentation process can interfere with nutrient absorption. Bananas are rich in potassium and magnesium, minerals your heart and muscles need. But if your digestive system is bogged down, those nutrients never get fully absorbed. Instead of helping your heart rhythm and muscle recovery, the banana ends up feeding gut bacteria the wrong way, increasing gas and inflammation. Over time, chronic bloating and acid reflux can weaken your esophageal lining and even impact your cardiovascular health, since chronic inflammation is directly linked to heart disease risk. And here's something many seniors don't realize. Eating fruit right after a meal can also cause unexpected blood sugar spikes. When your stomach is full of heavy, slow-digesting food, and you add a fast-digesting fruit like a banana, the sugar from the banana doesn't get absorbed gradually. It sits in your stomach, then suddenly floods your bloodstream once the food starts moving along. This sharp sugar surge can make you feel tired, dizzy, or irritable, and for people with diabetes or prediabetes, it's especially dangerous. That roller coaster of blood sugar doesn't just make you feel sluggish, it increases your risk of insulin resistance, kidney strain, and heart problems over time. Mistake 11. Eating bananas with breakfast cereal. For decades, we've been told that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and that a bowl of cereal with banana slices on top is the perfect, heart-healthy way to start it. It looks good, tastes good, and sounds wholesome. But for people over 60, this combination can quietly wreak havoc on your metabolism, blood sugar, and even your heart health. What looks like a healthy breakfast is, in reality, one of the most deceptive traps in modern nutrition, a sugar starch bomb disguised as energy. Here's the truth. When you mix bananas with breakfast cereal, you're combining two of the fastest digesting sources of carbohydrates in the world. Most cereals, even the ones labeled whole grain or heart healthy, are heavily processed. Their fiber is stripped, their carbs are refined, and their glycemic index is sky high. When you pour milk and then top it with banana slices, you're adding even more natural sugar on top of that. The result? A rapid spike in blood glucose levels that slams your system first thing in the morning. It's like lighting a match in a room filled with fuel. Your body gets an instant burst of energy, followed by a steep crash that leaves you tired, foggy, and craving more sugar within hours. For seniors, this roller coaster is even more dangerous. As we age, our cells become less responsive to insulin, the hormone that helps regulate blood sugar. That means the sugar surge from your healthy banana cereal breakfast stays in your bloodstream longer, thickening your blood and putting extra strain on your arteries. Over time, these constant spikes and crashes damage the delicate lining of your blood vessels, increasing inflammation, cholesterol buildup, and ultimately the risk of heart attack or stroke. You might not feel it immediately, but that mid-morning slump, the sudden fatigue after breakfast, or the craving for coffee or another snack by 10 a.m., those are all warning signs that your blood sugar has crashed after spiking too high. There's also the digestion factor. Processed cereal grains and bananas both digest incredibly fast. They hit your bloodstream quickly, leaving your stomach empty again within a couple of hours. This rapid digestion confuses your hunger hormones, ghrelin and leptin, making you feel hungry again even when you don't actually need more calories. That's why many seniors who start their day with cereal and bananas end up eating more throughout the day without realizing it. Over time, this leads to unwanted weight gain, belly fat, and higher blood sugar levels, a dangerous trio that raises the risk of type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. And let's not forget the hidden sodium and additives lurking in most breakfast cereals. Many healthy cereals contain salt, artificial vitamins, and emulsifiers, all of which can interfere with nutrient absorption and raise blood pressure when eaten daily. When you throw a banana on top, it feels balanced, the sweet and salty, the soft and crunchy, but inside your body, it's chaos. The sugar floods in too fast, insulin surges, and your energy plummets soon after. Mistake 10. Eating overripe bananas. It's a common scene in almost every home, a banana sitting on the counter, turning soft, brown, and speckled. Most people think, it's perfectly fine, even better now that it's ripe. After all, the softer and sweeter the banana, the tastier it seems. But for seniors, that sweetness comes at a hidden cost. Those brown spots that make a banana taste like dessert are also signs of deep chemical change inside, a transformation that quietly turns one of nature's healthiest fruits into a blood sugar trap. When bananas ripen, their natural starches, which act like slow-digesting carbohydrates, begin breaking down into simple sugars such as glucose, fructose, and sucrose. That's why an overripe banana tastes so sweet. It's not because it's more nutritious, it's because it's become mostly sugar. This process dramatically increases the banana's glycemic index, meaning it hits your bloodstream faster and spikes your blood sugar much more sharply. For someone over 60, that's not just a minor issue, it's a serious concern. With age, the body's ability to handle sugar weakens. Insulin sensitivity drops, and the pancreas has to work harder to keep blood sugar in balance. So when you eat that soft, overripe banana, you're flooding your system with quick-digesting sugar that your body can't handle efficiently anymore. You might feel it within minutes, a burst of energy, followed by a heavy, sluggish feeling an hour later. That's your blood sugar spiking and crashing. For seniors with prediabetes, insulin resistance, or type 2 diabetes, this constant sugar roller coaster isn't just uncomfortable, it's dangerous. Repeated spikes damage your arteries, strain your heart, and feed silent inflammation in your body. Over time, this can contribute to nerve pain, blurry vision, poor circulation in the legs, and even higher risk of heart attack or stroke. It's the kind of damage that builds slowly, hidden behind something as innocent as a brown banana. There's also another problem. When a banana becomes overripe, it loses some of the resistant starch, a unique type of carbohydrate that feeds the good bacteria in your gut. Resistant starch works like fiber, slowing digestion, controlling appetite, and keeping your gut microbiome healthy. But once that starch breaks down into sugar, you lose those digestive benefits. That's why seniors who frequently eat overripe bananas often feel bloated, gassy, or hungry again soon after. The body burns through the sugar fast but gets little fiber or resistance in return. Many people say, "But I thought ripe bananas are easier to digest." That's true for children or athletes who burn energy quickly, not for someone over 60 who's managing slower metabolism and often dealing with blood sugar fluctuations. What feels easy in the stomach can actually stress your bloodstream. And it's not just about energy. When blood sugar spikes repeatedly, it triggers oxidative stress, which accelerates aging in your cells. That's why people who maintain steady glucose levels tend to have more stable energy, better skin elasticity, and sharper memory, all vital in later years. The ripe banana is not the brown, mushy one. It's the yellow one with only a few small spots. At that stage, it's sweet enough to enjoy but still rich in fiber and resistant starch. This balance helps your body absorb sugar slowly, keeping energy steady and protecting your heart and brain. It also supports healthy digestion by feeding beneficial gut bacteria instead of just dumping fast sugar into your bloodstream. Think of it this way, a firm banana is fuel, an overripe banana is candy. Here's something else many people don't realize. Overripe bananas can trigger inflammation in people with certain gut sensitivities or candida overgrowth because of their higher sugar and histamine content. That's why some seniors notice more bloating or even a mild headache after eating them. When your body's defenses are already slower, feeding extra sugar to the wrong bacteria in your gut can set off imbalances that ripple through your whole system, from fatigue and brain fog to joint stiffness. Mistake 9. Combining bananas with milk. For decades, many seniors have treated the banana and milk combo as the ultimate comfort drink, something that feels wholesome, filling, and nourishing. A tall glass of banana milkshake after a walk, or a blended banana smoothie for breakfast. It seems like the perfect way to get energy, protein, and sweetness all at once. But what if this classic pairing is quietly sabotaging your digestion, your energy, and even your nutrient absorption? What if this healthy habit is one of the hidden reasons why you feel bloated, heavy, or fatigued after meals, even when you're eating what seems right? Here's the hard truth. Bananas and milk simply don't get along inside the human body. On paper, the idea sounds great. Fruit plus protein equals balance. But once they reach your stomach, a very different story unfolds. Bananas are naturally slightly acidic and rich in simple carbohydrates, while milk is alkaline and protein-heavy. When combined, this clash of acid and alkaline causes the stomach to slow digestion dramatically. The milk begins to curdle, while the banana ferments on top of it. The result is a thick, sluggish mix that sits in your gut longer than it should, producing gas, bloating, and that unmistakable heavy feeling that seems to sit in your belly for hours. This might not have mattered when you were 20 or 30, your stomach acids were strong, and digestion was fast. But after 60, stomach acid production naturally decreases. The muscles that move food through your digestive tract slow down too. So when you blend a banana with milk, your system struggles to process the mix efficiently. Instead of digesting smoothly, the food lingers, ferments, and can lead to discomfort, reflux, or even mild nausea. Many seniors who complain of slow digestion or bloating after breakfast have no idea it's coming from this one combination. And it's not just about feeling heavy. The banana milk combo can also block nutrient absorption. When food ferments in your stomach, it alters the environment that's needed for nutrient uptake. Vitamins like B6 and magnesium from the banana, and calcium and protein from milk, can all become harder for your body to absorb properly. So even though you're consuming good nutrients, your body isn't getting the full benefit. Over time, this can leave you with lower energy, weaker bones, and even slower muscle recovery. The very opposite of what you want after 60. Ayurvedic medicine, one of the world's oldest healing systems, has long warned against mixing fruit and milk. In Ayurveda, such combinations are called incompatible foods because they disturb the digestive fire, what we might call metabolism today. Modern science now echoes this wisdom. Studies show that when fruit sugars and dairy proteins are digested together, they alter the gut microbiome balance, sometimes leading to fermentation, excess gas, or an overgrowth of harmful bacteria. That imbalance in the gut can then ripple through your whole system, affecting your immunity, joint comfort, even your mood and focus. You might also notice mucus buildup after drinking banana milkshakes, a slight coating in your throat or sinuses. That's because dairy can stimulate mucus production, especially in sensitive people or those with mild lactose intolerance. Combine that with banana's natural heaviness, and it can make your respiratory passages feel congested. For seniors with sinus issues, asthma, or postnasal drip, this can make breathing feel heavier without understanding why. Mistake 8. Not drinking enough water after eating bananas. Most seniors know bananas are rich in fiber, potassium, and natural energy. But here's what almost no one talks about. Eating bananas without enough water can quietly backfire on your digestion. Many people over 60 eat a banana as a light snack or to ease bowel movement. Yet later, they feel bloated, heavy, or even constipated. The problem isn't the banana itself. It's the lack of hydration that follows. You see, bananas are packed with a special type of soluble fiber called pectin. This fiber works like a sponge. It absorbs water in your intestines to form a soft, gel-like substance that helps move waste through your digestive tract. But here's the catch. If your body doesn't have enough water, that same fiber becomes sticky and thick, slowing everything down. Instead of aiding digestion, it can make your stool dry, compact, and harder to pass. For seniors with slower gut motility, this can quickly lead to chronic constipation, straining, or even hemorrhoids. And it doesn't stop there. Dehydration makes the problem worse. After age 60, the natural thirst signal weakens, meaning you may not feel thirsty even when your body desperately needs water. So when you eat bananas, which already draw water into the intestines, your body may be left even more dehydrated. That means less fluid in your bloodstream, thicker blood, and higher risk of blood pressure spikes. Over time, this simple oversight can affect heart and brain circulation, raising the risk of dizziness, confusion, or even stroke. Yes, not drinking water after eating bananas can have ripple effects far beyond your stomach. There's also another hidden layer to this. Bananas are rich in potassium, a crucial mineral that helps regulate muscle function, nerve signals, and heart rhythm. But potassium works in balance with sodium and water. When water intake is too low, potassium levels can appear high in the blood, stressing the kidneys as they try to maintain balance. For seniors with even mild kidney decline, this can be dangerous. It can cause muscle weakness, irregular heartbeat, and in rare cases, heart rhythm issues. What was meant to be a healthy fruit snack can quietly turn into a metabolic trap. Mistake 7. Eating bananas before bed. Many seniors believe that a banana before bed is the perfect natural sleep aid, soft, sweet, and full of magnesium and tryptophan, both known for their calming effects. But here's the truth few talk about. Eating bananas too close to bedtime can quietly sabotage your sleep quality, digestion, and even your heart health. What seems like a relaxing ritual might actually be the reason you wake up groggy, bloated, or restless in the middle of the night. Let's unpack what really happens when you eat a banana before sleeping. Yes, it's true. Bananas contain magnesium, which relaxes muscles, and tryptophan, an amino acid that helps your brain produce serotonin and melatonin, the feel-good and sleep hormones. That's why many people feel calm after eating one. But here's the part no one mentions. Bananas are also loaded with natural sugars and starch. When you eat them too late, especially after dinner, your body gets a sudden glucose rush right when it's supposed to be winding down. For younger people with fast metabolism, this may not cause much trouble. But after 60, digestion slows dramatically. Your pancreas releases insulin more sluggishly, your metabolism burns sugar slower, and your stomach empties at a reduced pace. So that late-night banana doesn't gently rock your body into rest. It quietly raises your blood sugar and keeps your system working overtime. The result? You may fall asleep quickly, but your body remains metabolically active, causing restlessness, sweating, or even light palpitations during the night. And then comes the second issue, acid reflux. Bananas may seem mild, but they're slightly acidic, and when you eat them just before lying down, the acid and starch can push back up the esophagus. For seniors who already have weaker digestive sphincters or a history of heartburn, that can trigger nighttime acidity, chest discomfort, or that annoying burning feeling that interrupts sleep. Over time, this pattern increases the risk of chronic reflux, which can irritate the throat, affect appetite, and even disturb heart rhythm through vagus nerve stimulation. There's also the issue of potassium timing. Bananas are potassium-rich, which helps control blood pressure and muscle contractions. But when taken right before bed, that potassium can slightly influence heart rhythm in people on medications like beta-blockers or diuretics. Combine that with the sugar spike and dehydration from nighttime breathing, and your heart may have to work harder than it should during rest. For seniors with heart disease, this combination can subtly raise nighttime cardiovascular stress, something that builds up over time. Another thing to remember: sleep hormones like melatonin and cortisol follow a delicate rhythm. Your body naturally lowers blood sugar and slows metabolism before sleep. When you eat a banana late at night, you reverse that process. The sudden glucose elevation forces your pancreas to release insulin, which in turn drops your blood sugar later in the night. That drop can cause you to wake up unexpectedly, feel hungry, or experience shallow sleep. It's the same reason some people feel exhausted in the morning even after a full night's sleep. Their blood sugar crashed while they slept. Mistake 6. Eating bananas right before workouts. For decades, fitness gurus and even doctors have praised bananas as the perfect pre-workout snack. They're quick, convenient, and rich in natural sugars, giving you that instant energy kick before physical activity. But for seniors, that same reputation can be misleading. What works for a 25-year-old athlete doesn't always work for someone over 60. In fact, eating a banana too close to your workout can silently strain your stomach, spike your blood sugar, and leave you feeling sluggish instead of strong. Here's what happens inside your body. When you eat a banana, your stomach immediately begins breaking down its natural sugars, mainly glucose, fructose, and sucrose. This process takes time, even though bananas are soft and easy to chew. For younger adults with faster metabolism and stronger gut motility, this isn't a problem. But for seniors, digestion naturally slows down. The stomach empties more gradually, and enzymes work at a gentler pace. So, if you eat a banana right before exercise, say 5 or 10 minutes before walking, swimming, or doing light resistance training, your stomach ends up juggling two jobs at once, digesting food and powering movement. That's when the trouble begins. Instead of boosting energy, that undigested banana can sit heavy in the gut, pulling blood flow away from your muscles and toward your digestive tract. The result? Bloating, cramping, or that uncomfortable stitch in your side that makes even light workouts feel harder. And if you bend, twist, or do core movements, you may even feel acid rising, a subtle form of reflux triggered by food still sitting in your stomach. There's another silent issue at play: blood sugar spikes. A banana digests quickly, and its natural sugars absorb fast. If you eat one right before exercising, your blood sugar shoots up rapidly. But then, once you start moving, your muscles burn through that sugar even faster, leading to a sharp drop mid-workout. That crash can leave you dizzy, shaky, or weak halfway through your routine. It's the exact opposite of the steady endurance you need, especially if you're managing diabetes or prediabetes. But don't misunderstand, bananas aren't bad for workouts. In fact, they're one of the most powerful fruits for muscle performance when used correctly. The potassium in bananas supports proper nerve transmission and prevents muscle cramps. Their magnesium helps your muscles contract smoothly. And the natural carbohydrates provide accessible fuel for your cells. The problem isn't the banana itself, it's the timing. The ideal way for seniors to benefit from bananas is to eat them about 30 to 45 minutes before exercise. This window allows your stomach to digest the fruit, convert the starches into usable energy, and release the nutrients gradually into your bloodstream. By the time you start moving, your blood sugar is steady, your stomach feels light, and your muscles have accessible glucose and potassium, a perfect formula for endurance and stability. For those dealing with joint stiffness or arthritis, bananas eaten too close to a workout can also increase inflammation temporarily.
Why?
Because undigested food can slightly raise internal temperature and pressure in the gut, which interferes with oxygen delivery to the muscles. But when digested properly, bananas actually do the opposite. Their potassium helps reduce water retention and swelling after exercise. Timing truly determines whether a banana helps recovery or hinders it. Mistake 5. Eating bananas on an empty stomach. For many seniors, mornings begin the same way: a glass of water, a pill or two, and then a banana. It feels light, gentle, and easy to digest. After all, bananas are soft, naturally sweet, and famously easy on the stomach, right? But here's the hidden truth. Eating a banana first thing in the morning, on an empty stomach, can quietly throw your digestive balance off, increase stomach acid, and even trigger weakness or nausea later in the day. What seems like a harmless breakfast habit can actually be the reason some people feel bloated, tired, or dizzy before noon, and they never realize the banana is to blame. When you wake up, your stomach is at its most sensitive. It's been resting for 8 to 10 hours, producing digestive acids but no food to work on. The inner lining is thinly coated with mucus, designed to protect it from acid, but that protection is weak first thing in the morning. Bananas, despite their reputation, are not purely neutral foods. They contain natural acids and high levels of simple sugars that can stimulate stomach acid production even more. For younger adults, this may not cause problems. But for seniors, especially those dealing with acid reflux, gastritis, or sensitive digestion, that spike in acidity can quickly lead to heartburn, nausea, or that uncomfortable, sour feeling in the chest and throat. And the problem doesn't stop there. Bananas are rich in magnesium and potassium, two minerals that are excellent for heart health when balanced, but on an empty stomach, they can enter the bloodstream too rapidly. This sudden surge can temporarily throw off the delicate electrolyte balance that regulates nerve function and muscle contraction. For some seniors, especially those taking blood pressure medication or heart drugs, that imbalance can lead to lightheadedness, muscle weakness, or even heart palpitations shortly after breakfast. It's subtle, but it's real, and it's one of the reasons why some people feel off after eating just a banana in the morning. There's also the issue of blood sugar. Bananas digest quickly and are naturally high in simple carbohydrates. When eaten without any other food in the stomach, those sugars enter the bloodstream fast, creating a sharp glucose spike followed by an equally sharp crash. That's why many seniors experience a mid-morning slump. They feel energized for the first hour, then suddenly weak, hungry, or irritable. It's not aging, it's biology. Without fiber, protein, or fat to slow absorption, the banana acts like a sugar shot to the system. So what's the right way to enjoy this fruit in the morning? It's actually simple. Never eat bananas completely alone. Pair them with something that stabilizes their effect, like a small serving of oats, a handful of almonds, or even a slice of whole grain toast with nut butter. These foods provide fiber and healthy fats that form a natural buffer in the stomach, preventing acid irritation and slowing sugar absorption. When combined this way, the banana's natural energy releases steadily, fueling you for hours instead of minutes. You can also flip your routine entirely. Instead of reaching for a banana immediately after waking, wait until mid-morning. By then, your stomach acid has balanced out, your metabolism is active, and your body is ready to handle fruit sugars more efficiently. A banana at 10 or 11 a.m., between breakfast and lunch, becomes a stable, energy-sustaining snack rather than a source of digestive strain. Another overlooked issue is that eating a banana first thing can interfere with medication absorption. Many seniors take thyroid medication, blood thinners, or blood pressure pills in the morning, often on an empty stomach as directed. The fiber and potassium in bananas can interact with these drugs, reducing their effectiveness or altering how quickly they absorb. Waiting at least 30 to 45 minutes after medication before eating any fruit, including bananas, ensures your medicine does its job properly. Bananas are also slightly mucogenic, meaning they can increase mucus production in the digestive tract when eaten alone. For seniors with sinus issues, asthma, or chronic cough, that extra mucus can contribute to a heaviness in the chest or throat shortly after breakfast. But when eaten with dry foods like oats or nuts, that effect is balanced out naturally. Mistake 4. Using bananas to replace meals. In today's fast-paced world, even seniors fall into the trap of convenience. You wake up, you're running late, and instead of cooking breakfast, you grab a banana and go. It feels light, healthy, and natural, almost like nature's own energy bar. But here's the truth that few realize. Using bananas as a meal replacement is one of the most dangerous dietary shortcuts for people over 60. What seems harmless, or even healthy, can quietly cause fatigue, nutrient deficiencies, and muscle loss over time. The reason isn't the banana itself, but what it lacks. A banana gives you quick fuel. It's rich in natural sugars, which convert easily into glucose, your body's main source of energy. That's why you feel an instant boost after eating one. But that burst is short-lived because bananas are missing the key building blocks of a complete meal: protein, healthy fat, and a full range of essential micronutrients. These are what your body needs to rebuild tissue, maintain muscle strength, and keep hormones stable. Without them, your metabolism slows, your muscles weaken, and your energy crashes halfway through the day. Let's take a closer look at what happens when you eat only a banana for breakfast or lunch. Your blood sugar rises quickly due to the natural fructose and glucose. Insulin rushes in to process it. Within 60 to 90 minutes, that sugar is burned off, and your blood sugar drops sharply. This leads to dizziness, irritability, or fatigue. You may even mistake it for hunger and reach for more snacks, repeating the same cycle. Over weeks and months, these constant sugar fluctuations increase stress on the pancreas and make your body more resistant to insulin, a dangerous precursor to type 2 diabetes. For seniors, this becomes even riskier. As we age, our muscle mass naturally declines, and protein becomes essential for maintaining balance, strength, and mobility. But bananas contain almost no protein, less than 1 gram per fruit. If you regularly replace meals with bananas, you rob your body of the amino acids it needs to repair muscle tissue. The result? Gradual muscle loss, slower recovery after activity, and higher risk of falls or weakness. Many seniors blame aging for these changes when, in reality, it's often poor nutrition disguised as healthy eating. There's also the issue of micronutrients. Bananas offer potassium, vitamin B6, and magnesium, which are excellent for heart and nerve health. But they lack vitamin B12, vitamin D, calcium, and iron, nutrients critical for bone density, oxygen circulation, and brain function. Without them, fatigue sets in faster, concentration drops, and over time, even bone fragility can increase. That's why many seniors who rely on fruit-based meals eventually experience tiredness, mood swings, and brittle nails or hair. It's not old age, it's incomplete nourishment. The digestive system also suffers when bananas replace proper meals. Because they digest so quickly, they don't give your gut enough to work on. This means less stimulation for bile flow, reduced enzyme activity, and weaker digestion over time. Ironically, the more you rely on bananas as meals, the less efficient your body becomes at processing real food later. That's one reason seniors who skip breakfast and just eat fruit often feel bloated or heavy when they finally eat lunch. Their digestive system has gone idle, then suddenly has to work overtime. Mistake 3. Freezing and eating old bananas. For many seniors, freezing bananas seems like a clever trick, a way to avoid waste, make smoothies thicker, and always have a quick snack ready. But what seems harmless can quietly chip away at your health when done the wrong way. Because while freezing preserves texture, it doesn't preserve nutrition forever. And the older those frozen bananas get, the more their natural goodness fades, replaced by excess sugar release and lost vitamins that your aging body actually needs most. Here's the problem. The longer bananas stay frozen, the more their structure breaks down. What starts as firm, nutrient-rich fruit slowly turns into a mushy, sugar-loaded pulp that your body digests too fast. Essential vitamins like vitamin C and B6, both vital for heart and brain health, begin to degrade over time in cold storage. And when you finally thaw those bananas, You're often left with a food that spikes blood sugar faster than fresh ones. For a senior, that sudden sugar surge can mean trouble, dizziness, fatigue, and even a silent rise in insulin levels that stress your pancreas and arteries. The science is clear. Bananas naturally contain antioxidants and enzymes that protect your cells from inflammation and oxidative stress. But these compounds are fragile. They don't handle cold storage well. During freezing and thawing, oxidation begins, slowly stripping away those protective nutrients. The longer they sit, a month, 2 months or more, the weaker their nutrient profile becomes. What you end up eating is not the same fruit you froze weeks ago. It's softer, sweeter, and nutritionally poorer. And that sweetness can be deceiving. When bananas are thawed, their starches break down into simple sugars more rapidly. This means that even though you're eating something natural, it behaves more like processed sugar inside your body. Blood sugar spikes become more likely, which can affect heart rhythm, energy levels, and even brain function. Over time, these sugar fluctuations can contribute to insulin resistance, one of the root causes of fatigue, weight gain, and age-related metabolic decline. Mistake 2. Eating bananas with heart medications. For most people, bananas are the picture of health, simple, natural, and nourishing. But for seniors, especially those taking heart medications, this golden fruit can quietly become a hidden danger. It's not about sugar this time, it's about minerals. Bananas are famously rich in potassium, a nutrient vital for keeping your heartbeat steady and your muscles strong. Yet when combined with certain prescription drugs, that same potassium can overload your system and throw your heart rhythm dangerously off balance. Here's the problem. As we age, our kidneys naturally become less efficient at filtering minerals. When a senior is prescribed ACE inhibitors, ARBs, or beta blockers, medications commonly used for high blood pressure, heart failure, or rhythm control, these drugs intentionally retain potassium to protect the heart. But if you keep eating potassium-rich foods like bananas daily, you can accidentally push your blood potassium to unsafe levels, a condition called hyperkalemia. And that's not just a lab number, it's a silent threat. Hyperkalemia can start quietly, a little muscle weakness, light dizziness, or a fluttering heartbeat. But as potassium climbs higher, the heart's electrical rhythm begins to misfire. Irregular heartbeats can turn into dangerous arrhythmias. In severe cases, it can cause the heart to suddenly slow or stop altogether. Many seniors never realize that something as innocent as a banana could interact this way, because it doesn't happen overnight. It builds up gradually, especially in those who already have slower kidney function or take multiple medications. The science behind it is simple but serious. Your body needs a delicate balance of sodium and potassium to keep the heart's electrical impulses steady. When you eat a banana, your potassium spikes temporarily, but your kidneys quickly remove the excess. That's how it should work. However, when ACE inhibitors, like lisinopril or enalapril, or ARBs, like losartan or valsartan, are at play, they block the hormones that tell your kidneys to flush out extra potassium. The result? The mineral starts building up silently in your bloodstream. Add a few bananas a day, or pair them with other high-potassium foods like oranges, tomatoes, or avocados, and suddenly, what looked like a healthy diet can turn into a cardiovascular trap. Mistake 1. Drinking banana smoothies daily. It's become a morning ritual for many. Toss in a banana, some milk, a scoop of yogurt, maybe a drizzle of honey, and you've got what feels like the ultimate healthy breakfast in a glass. It's quick, it's creamy, and it feels guilt-free. But for seniors, that daily banana smoothie might be doing more harm than good, quietly pushing blood sugar higher, slowing metabolism, and even packing on belly fat over time. What looks like a health habit could actually be a sugar trap disguised as nutrition. The truth is, blending isn't the same as eating whole fruit. When you eat a banana as it is, your body works to break down its natural fibers, slowing digestion and allowing a steady release of sugar into the bloodstream. But when that banana goes into a blender, the process changes completely. The fiber that once acted as a slow barrier is now shredded, leaving you with a fast-absorbing liquid sugar that rushes into your blood. It's the difference between sipping fruit and sipping dessert. This rapid sugar release is particularly risky after 60. As we age, insulin sensitivity drops, meaning your cells don't handle glucose as efficiently as they once did. A banana smoothie can send your blood sugar soaring within minutes, followed by a sharp crash a few hours later, that mid-morning fatigue, dizziness, or craving for another snack. Over time, these repeated spikes and drops can worsen insulin resistance, setting the stage for type 2 diabetes, stubborn weight gain, and even cardiovascular problems. And it's not just about sugar, it's about calories too. A typical banana smoothie contains not just the banana, but milk, yogurt, nut butter, or even protein powders that often carry hidden sugars. Add them all together, and that light breakfast can exceed 300 to 400 calories before you've even started your day. For active adults, that might not seem much, but for seniors with slower metabolism and reduced muscle mass, it's far easier for those calories to turn into stored fat, especially around the waistline, where it poses the greatest risk to heart health. Science also shows that liquid calories don't trigger the same fullness signals in the brain as solid food. That means you can drink a big smoothie, feel satisfied for only a short while, and still crave something to chew an hour later. The result? More snacking, more calories, and a creeping increase in blood sugar and triglycerides. Timing also matters. Drinking a banana smoothie on an empty stomach, especially in the morning, can hit your bloodstream faster than any solid breakfast. Instead, pair it with something that takes time to digest, like boiled eggs, a handful of nuts, or a small bowl of oats. This simple adjustment helps keep energy levels steady and reduces the post-meal glucose rush that wears down your pancreas over time. So, there you have it, the truth about one of the world's most beloved fruits. Bananas are powerful, nourishing, and naturally healing, but only when eaten right. For people over 60, the line between help and harm is thinner than most realize. What seems like a small habit, eating bananas after a heavy meal, blending them into daily smoothies, or pairing them with milk, can silently upset digestion, spike blood sugar, or even interfere with medications that protect your heart. It's not that bananas are dangerous, it's that they demand respect. Your body after 60 is not the same as it was decades ago. Metabolism slows, insulin sensitivity changes, and digestion becomes more delicate. A banana that once gave instant energy in your 30s could now cause bloating, reflux, or fatigue if eaten the wrong way. But when eaten correctly, fresh, at the right time, with proper hydration and balance, bananas can support blood pressure, nourish your muscles, and even calm your nerves naturally. So, the next time you reach for that yellow fruit, remember, it's not just a snack. It's a choice that can either protect your health or quietly weaken it. Eat smart, balance wisely, and your body will thank you with steady energy, stable sugar, and lasting vitality. If you found these insights eye-opening, drop a yes in the comments, and stay tuned, because the next video will reveal other healthy foods that may secretly be harming seniors' heart and joint health.